It's Andrew, mate. Just having a quick look at your model. Couple of things that I noticed, and one was that roof. You know, you probably already realised that window is going to have to either be reduced in height or in width, so you can get a flashing down there. So I think that one there could be a slight problem. Same on the other side here. Other than that, it's pretty damn good, mate. The Dutch gable here. So if you're going to create that Dutch gable, what you would do, you move. I'll go control and I'll put it out, say something I can remember. I'll say 30 meters. Right, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create the Dutch gable in the roof. So if I go to roof, add Dutch gable, and I go and choose where I want it to be. You obviously just choose your location, and you can change your overhang if you want to, or whatever it is. I'm just going to go submit. Right, then so basically you could just delete this now. I think I'll send this back to you anyway. Delete, and then move M as a keyboard shortcut back 30 meters, 30M, enter. You're probably just going to get a better result. Maybe I didn't quite move that on axis there, which is a bit of a pain in the backside, but move, shift, there we go. Alright, so that created that Dutch gable, probably makes it look a little bit tidier and it'll be easier for the builder to figure out the right quantities as well. So when he gets this model, I would assume that probably the first thing he's going to do is go to structural view. And it's probably a good thing you didn't go and put in all of your rafters and trusses, because it really isn't something that you probably need to be looking at. When I'm looking at this here, the builder will go through and he'll figure out the engineering for this, but he might also step these joists down so that, you know, you have an internal or an external. Let's have a look at what's going on there. Okay, so you got your joist going that way. So yeah, the builders should go through and do all of this for you, which is pretty straightforward, and it's probably something that if Ricky ends up getting the software, I'd get him to do some training, probably on this model, which if we recorded it and he doesn't mind, I'll share it with you as well, because I guess the more work that you can do for Ricky and the more work he can do as far as you know, getting on with the build and reducing the cost, you know, it's probably the best for both of you. I'd probably suggest that most of the entourage and everything goes onto a layer, just for your own thing. So you've got a whole heap of entourage and furnishing and all of that type of stuff. You probably just choose anything that probably isn't required to be in a structural view. And what I would do is I would create a new layer or tag down here, and usually there's one in here called landscape anyway, but no, I'm just going to go in here and go plus, and I'm writing landscape. Landscape here. Right, and I'm just going to go and put all of that entourage onto landscape layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn it off here and go up. This tag, put on the landscape layer. Right, and that way when it's turned off, it makes it so much easier to figure out what you have and haven't put there. You know, maybe furnishing and so on, but there are also, I'm not sure if you're using plus design build or plus spec, but we can actually put things on levels. I'm just going to quickly get rid of a little bit more of this entourage, because what it enables you to do is to actually be more efficient when you model. Let's get rid of anything that's not got anything to do with a build, is more furnishing. You know, you can put it on furnishing layer or whatever it is. Cars and all those type of things really do chew a lot of speed out of the computer. Right, put them on the landscape layer. You might already have them on a different layer, so forgive me if I'm doing something you already know how to do. Okay, you'll also notice that I actually adjusted the texture size in your model here as well. It's just what was happening, it was repeating. So if I go to materials here, and I think what you actually had was a lower height, so it might have been 2100 or something like that, and you'll notice that the problem with that is that the texture repeats. So what you can do is if you click this unlock aspect ratio, you can type in a height that means that your texture is going to look seamless up your post there. But all in all, really good. Let's have a look what else I can see. I also, when you are starting to deal with Ricky, I would suggest that what you have to do is synchronize or actually share your material library. So if you actually click on the sync button and click the second one there, you can actually copy your code by clicking there, and you can go, your library code has been copied to your clipboard, and you can just go to your emails and go paste and send that over to him, and that way it'll enable him to get the material names out of what it is that you've got. You can also cut him off later as well if you want to, but it is a good idea to synchronize material with builders, because that way they're understanding what it is that you're going to do. It's going to take off his selection. Okay, so what I did is I've done a takeoff on one of those posts there, and let's have a look in here. Okay, that's a bolts, engineering. Okay, and because I haven't got your material in my library, it doesn't enable me to take it off. So if you actually push share your library and actually gave me that material that you'd used there, I'll then have the number of posts and columns that I'd have to buy according to what it is. Just so you know, dimension, looks like you've chosen a hardwood post there, 190. Could be quite expensive because there are a lot of posts there. If you dropped it down to 140, it'll be substantially cheaper, but this is between you and the client, and depending on what their budget is, how we'll go with that. But all in all, it's pretty good. Yeah, mate, I think you've done a good job. You've definitely got the hang of it there, Ian. If you did want to add in rafters, it is pretty easy to do. So what you do is you actually select a roof and keep on drilling until you get all faces selected. Now, if you right-click it, you'll notice in here that you actually have roof framing. Now, this is going to be a traditional style roof, but that's not such a bad thing, and you can go and choose your rafter spacings and sizes and everything that you want to do there. These will line up with what the sizes you've actually created your roof in. So usually by default, plus spec is 90 millimeters. And if I just go down and go submit there, it's really good for your sections, because what it's going to do is it's going to make your sections look a lot better. Right, let's have a look at that. Let's go section A. Right, you'll notice in the section I now have my materials without having to go and put in trusses. If I went to structure, give it a second, it has my battens, and it should also have my rafters on there as well. Maybe I didn't put rafters in there, I thought I did. I do. So the model is a little bit laggy, but that's okay. Right, so really all that is that the layer that these rafters are on, if I can select that there, roof framing, and I want to have that on inside of my section basically. Let's have a look what layer we're on here, 17B roof frame. So if I go back to my section A, and okay, I'm on there, structure. Some of these are new tools, so it wouldn't surprise me if you didn't have them. 17B roof frame, there we go there. Okay, if I right click and update. Right, and that's pretty easy to do. So basically I just triple clicked on until I got all faces blue, right click, and then went add roof framing. Mate, all in all, mate, really good job, Ian. I'd let the builder do the majority of the other stuff, and he can also do this roofing stuff as well. So, you could go into ceiling joists and so on, but I just don't know if it's necessary. Definitely not at the stage you're at until the client signed a contract. But for for the builder to be able to give a quote to the client, this is going to save him a lot of time, and that's going to be helpful for you, because I would assume he's going to keep recommending you on the next jobs as well. Yeah, all of these little details here I think that the builder will sort out. It might be a beam that runs across there and so on, but yeah, no, this is going to give the builder a lot of chance to do it. And you know, I'm not sure if you're using the beam tool, but if you ever did want to add that stuff in, you can just choose a beam, have a look at the size of our floor joists, which are 300s, and go in here and choose a 290 beam. And as I said, the builder would probably do this, and then that will just enable us to hold this piece of flooring up there, which is here. Let's go to here, so down arrow. Yeah, all good job, mate. If you've got any questions, just let us know what else you'd like to know. As far as drops in the slab and things, I think you've done that right. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I can't see anything there that is standing out as glaringly obvious as any mistakes. It looks all right to me. The only thing that really is going to affect you is these window heights. All right, mate. I'll speak to you soon.